everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cruising Israel. I'm your host, Natalie.
And I'm Max.
And today, Max, we're going to an urban wildlife park.
Ooh, sounds interesting. Tell me more about it.
Well, it's home to 20 to 30 gazelles.
Gazelles?
Gazelles.
Where are there gazelles in an urban setting? This I want to see.
In Jerusalem.
Oh, all right, cool. We better hit the road.
Let's go. In the midst of the big city of Jerusalem, we found an oasis with lush greenery, natural wildlife, and a herd of gazelles roaming freely here at Gazelle Valley Park. The Urban Wildlife Park invites visitors from all around the country to enjoy the nature that has made its way to the busy city of Jerusalem. It aims to preserve the flora and fauna of Jerusalem by restoring the herd and hopefully returning them from captivity to the wild. Israel has been referred to as Eretz HaTzvi, the land of the gazelle.
Yes.
So this means they've been living here for thousands of years.
They've definitely been here for at least 3,000 years and probably much more than that. That obviously, if you look at their behavior, they're obviously a part of the ecosystem of this country. They eat the local food. They get hunted by the local predators.
And the sad truth of it is that the gazelles are now decreasing in number.
Yeah. Gazelles are currently an endangered species. And that is mainly as a result of exactly the reason why this park exists. Building. Cities are growing and their habitat is getting built on.
The population of Israel's gazelles decreased by 70% over the past decade due to construction, paving roads, and other human activity. Only several hundred of them remains in Jerusalem. So this park is sort of like a safe haven for these 25 gazelles. When did you start bringing them in here?
Basically, in 2012, the park, after the legal struggle and everything, the park got shut off to the public, and for a year and a half, you could not enter the park. A fence was built all around 50, 60 acre, 200, 250 dunam. Then in April 2013, the place reopened to the public. The Gazelle Valley that had previously 35 gazelles reopened with a grand total of 6 gazelles, if I'm not mistaken. The sad fact is that at the last year of the public and legal struggle, a lot of the gazelles were hunted by hunting dogs that were released there. Yeah.
The Society for the Protection of Nature in Israel played an imperative role in the Gazelle Valley Park and in preventing the development plan that would have led to major consequences in Jerusalem's ecosystem.
And then we started bringing here gazelles that got run over, wild gazelles that got, let's say, run over by a car, got some medical care and got released here. Different gazelles have different stories. There's one named Johanna who thinks she's a dog because she grew up in the backyard of a family.
So she learned to trust humans.
Way too much. And now we're teaching her again not to trust humans and to stay away from humans.
All right, well, let's go see if we can catch some gazelles. On camera.
On camera. So my guess is that maybe we'll find some gazelles by the fig tree down there.
Let's hope
so let's
for the
go
best.
see, Wildlife, you know, you need an element of luck.
Yeah, very unpredictable. Is this the closest distance that we could get to the gazelle? Can we get a little closer? Will he get scared?
You know, I can gamble. I mean, my guess is we'll get to about half this distance before he'll walk away. We keep them as wild animals. We're not trying to tame them. The opposite, we want them to stay wild so when the day comes we can release them outside of Jerusalem. Because, as I said, they're an endangered species. They are used to having people around, so they understand that nobody is going to attack them on the one hand. On the other hand, we don't want them to understand that too well and get too used to it.
Let's try to get a little closer and see what
So let's see when he'll run. His friend...
Slowly and quietly. Now, as you said, these are very alert creatures.
Yeah, they move around in couples, and there is a female.
Oh, there's another one.
She's eating whatever brush she found.
They're really enjoying life here. The Israeli gazelle has a very keen sense of sight, hearing, and smell. It's coming closer. Would you look at that? The gazelle's getting closer to us.
He's not necessarily getting closer. Here, he'll turn left. No, he won't turn left. He definitely shouldn't respond to your pis-pis. I'd say about 100,000 people who live within a 10-minute walk of the Gazelle Valley.
So visitors could just stop and then take a stroll. Enjoy the nature that Jerusalem has to offer.
Yeah. The whole idea is, I'd say twofold or threefold. One is to preserve the unique nature of the area of Jerusalem. Because as a city grows, and Jerusalem isn't unique in this, but it's grown a lot. So in 160 years, Jerusalem has multiplied by about 150 to 200. That means that it's covering a gigantic area. Yeah. In Israel, ecosystems are very small and therefore very sensitive to building.
Max, you're gonna love this next one.
Oh.
I actually thought about you when I was scheduling it into our show.
Well, you know, you've piqued my interest. What you got?
Because I know you talk about cars all the time.
We spend a lot of time on the road. It's cruising Israel. We're driving all over the place.
And that's maybe 70% of the topics that you speak about. So we're going to an exhibition that has to do with automobile parts. And I'm not going to say anymore.
Exhibition of automobile parts.
I'm not going to say more. It's really
I'm guessing there's some cool surprise. So let's
go. We all wish to be given a second chance in life, and I don't mean just for people. Today we're going to go visit the Israeli designer who has a passion for giving old, unwanted objects new life and functionality. You are a recycling artist. You take old automobile parts and you utilize them for not just artistic purposes, but for functional pieces as well. Explain this to us.
Yes, Natalie, this is exactly what I do. I take automotive parts and give them a new life as a functional art. People give me old cars with a lot of stories and feelings, and I build functional art pieces out of it for their living room, bedroom, and so on.
So each piece we're seeing around here in the gallery has their own story, you're saying?
Exactly, exactly. Every piece here is not just a part that they came here. It came with a story, with a family that support this part and feel something to the car.
Okay, let's take a look around. I'm seeing a lot of interesting things already. First of all, this sink over here is amazing. This obviously used to be a Volvo. Was this the front of the car? How did this look?
Yes, this was the hood, the front hood of a Volvo. From up to the bottom, it's a Volvo hood that I took and foiled and make a furniture out of it.
Amazing.
And the sink, this is a functional piece, we said. So the sink is the oil pan of the engine.
Wow, so am I going to walk into the bathroom and see some other car part?
Yeah, there's a big chance of
We definitely need more people like you in this world, because not only is it extremely beneficial for the environment, but it's pretty stunning as well. It's a nice piece for the house. Can I get on this?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm already halfway on, so. Ooh, this is nice.
Yes, this is a 3-axle bike. You can take a curve while having this.
This is so much fun, wow. I'm loving this right now. I really love how you keep the different features of the cars, the motorcycles, you leave it on the work of art, and also the logos of the cars. Now, you don't just do luxury, you do all different kinds of cars, right?
Yes, I do everything that interests me. It doesn't have to be a Lexus or Ferrari or Mercedes. No, I am looking for the story behind the part and the possibility of the part to be an interesting functional art piece.
So how long does the process take to make one of these?
The process can take between a couple of days to 3-4 weeks, depends on the complex of the piece.
All right, why don't you tell us one of the most interesting stories behind one of these pieces?
Oh, I have a very nice story. Come with me, I will tell you the story. This Volkswagen Beetle tail was belonged to a soldier, a young soldier that died during the army service.
Wow.
And for 16 years, his car stood under a tree until his family and I met together, started to establish this project, this memory project, to take the Beetle's parts and make a useful, happy furniture out of it.
Wow, that's incredibly moving. So do they have the car parts at their home too, or
Yes.
just here in the gallery?
Yes, his family got a few pieces also, and I want to show you a picture of what they got.
Wow. So they could see this every day in their home,
Yes,
and it's a piece of their son's
this
belongings
piece
with them.
that says Omri.
Wow, that's amazing. And this is what the car used to look like?
Yes, exactly.
Here you could see a lot of rust on the car and damages, but you make it look brand new. So it probably, a lot of work goes into it.
Yes, a lot of work invested in every piece.
Yeah.
I take it and paint it a few times and grain it until I got what I want. This is the radio, tooth, and everything here works when you connect it to the
Amazing.
power.
Did you replace any
Yes.
parts? Yeah? You
Yes.
replaced the radio?
All of this, you know, all of this from here to here, this is fabrication.
Now, would you say that this came from your passion of cars or your passion of just giving old things new meaning?
I think it's both.
A little bit of both.
Firstly, I really adore cars and motorcycles because they give a lot of freedom, and we need freedom. But I also love the creation, and I have a very developed imagination. So I can see things different. I can take a part and turn it and flip it and change its color all in my mind.
So when you see an old rusty car, you don't see what everyone else sees.
No, I see a
can-
new project, and I see the piece ready, standing in the customer's living room.
Wow, so you have a bench here made out of a Lexus. If you can't afford a Lexus, people, you could get the next best thing, or a BMW, or anything else here.
I think if you can't afford my furniture, you can buy a Lexus.
Yeah.
No, just kidding, just kidding.
You see, Max, I told you you would have enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it's really, now every time I look at a car, I'm gonna be thinking of what he could turn that car
That's
into.
true.
And
Same.
I'm doing some cool stuff over there. So I got an item that I think you might enjoy because, you know, it's kind of symbolic of our job. We're going all around the country. In the course of the last year filming here, we've done tons of different stuff. Today, we're going to be able to see all of Israel in a park that's just a handful of acres.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. This is like the #1 attraction in Israel, I think.
Yeah, mini
One of them.
Israel.
Yes. So let's go.
Let's go.
Anyone who's been to Israel knows that this tiny country has it all. So much so that it's impossible to see it all in just one trip. But no worries, here at Mini Israel you can see all the wonders Israel has to offer in just one afternoon. So here we could see the entire country in just one place, from all the beloved landmarks to the historical sites to everything, right?
You get the entire Israel state. From the beginning to the end, Mini Israel was established, started building in 1999. We opened to the public 2002.
So there's a lot going on here behind us. How many different models?
We have approximately 395 models, which includes the entire Israel. Not every neighborhood, but most of the popular places.
So where should we start first? What city should we go explore?
We'll start with Haifa. We have the harbor right to the left of us. To the right of us, we have the central bus station in Haifa, right on the left-hand side also. We have the Baha flowers over there on the right-hand side.
So I hear speakers coming from all around.
We try to put all the models with the sound effects. Some of the models also explain what they are by voice or by a small scripture next to the model. We have the Israel train station, and the train runs according to the real train.
Wow.
It runs in the same hours and the same
Impressive.
stations. It stops at the same times.
Where does it come from? From the bus station all around?
All the way from Tel Aviv to Haifa. It runs across the country and it stops at various stations, just as it does in the real place.
So I know the main attraction in Haifa is the Baha'i Gardens. You for sure have a miniature version of that here.
That's correct. Over here on the right-hand side, we have the Baha'i Gardens.
Wow, look how beautiful this is.
Yeah, like I was
Amazing.
saying, this is like the Baha'i Gardens in Haifa, which is identical to the real Baha'i Gardens.
So who are the people behind designing these beautiful models?
It's a good question. We have 4 engineers that work here at the park. They actually get the blueprints from the actual site, and they get video footage from a helicopter, and they work from that.
Wow. So they must have a lot of patience because the details on each and every model is just...
A lot of patience and magnifying glass.
Yeah.
The details are very, very small, and they take a long time. Most of the models here, each building takes anywhere between 6 and 9 months to build.
All right, well, now we're gonna walk a few meters this way and end up in a different city. Israel is constantly growing, developing, changing, adding new things. So you guys
And
have
so
to
does
keep...
the park.
So does the park.
So does the park. We opened up the park in 2002 with 182 models. Today we're at 395 models.
Wow.
We're constantly building things. Every time something new comes up, it's here as well.
Wow. So here we can obviously see it. There's the Ben Gurion Airport.
That's correct.
How many different plane models are here?
We have approximately 8 to 9 planes currently out here. Like I said, we try to build them exact replicas to the actual planes in Ben Gurion.
See the El Al plane?
You have the El Al, the Sun DHL plane over there.
Now it looks like you dedicated the biggest part of the park to none other than Jerusalem.
That's correct. Most of the sites, the holy sites, are right here in Jerusalem, which is why we put the majority of the space to Jerusalem. Just like you see here, we have the Wailing Wall right to the left of us.
Wow. So you could hear the church bells, you could hear the Jewish people praying, you could see the mosques in different places.
All the religions in one city. Here we have a lot on the right-hand side, and the Don Hotel on the left-hand side.
Wow, this water looks refreshing. I know you're security, but what would you do if I
Jump right in.
Eilat is known for its water sports, water activities, so
And the tourism.
definitely. So here you have paddle boats. I bet that's really fun for children.
Yeah, we have the schools that come here, and they put the kids in the paddle boats, let them paddle around Eilat.
Let's finish this off with going to visit my favorite city, the city that never sleeps.
The city of
My
Tel Aviv.
home, city of Tel Aviv. Here's the iconic Azrieli
Towers.
They pass by every day.
That's correct.
Some traffic in that area.
Traffic, stations, tourists,
Wow.
high tech.
Looks so real.
Like I was telling you earlier, everything's built here, exact replica of the identical buildings.
I think I hear a familiar sound, a sound that I hear almost every Friday and Saturday in the summer months. The sound of matkot,
The beach in Tel
paddleball.
Aviv, the boardwalk, the
This
famous
is
boardwalk.
definitely the biggest attraction in Tel Aviv. Exactly like how it is on the boardwalk with the people dancing, listening to music, playing instruments,
Swimming and bathing.
exactly, having a good old time.
All right, Natalie, it's that time of the episode. I am starving. Let's go somewhere. I'm ready to eat, drink. What you got?
How about some margaritas? And how about some tacos and burritos?
Nice. That actually sounds amazing. Mexican food
Mexican cuisine in the heart of Tel Aviv.
in Israel. Tel
My
Aviv,
favorite.
great. Don't have to drive. I'm drinking.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Israel is seen a new wave of Latin American immigrants making their way to the Holy Land. And you know what that means, more immigrants, more cultural restaurants popping up around the city. Today we're here at Tapachula, the latest Mexican restaurant to hit the food scene here in Tel Aviv. For those of you craving the flavors of Mexico, so authentic you'll forget you're in Israel, Tapachula offers true satisfaction.
We saw a need in Tel Aviv to bring Mexican food to the front. The food is very suitable to the climate and the people here. Spicy, happy.
The moment you walk into Tapachula, Tel Aviv's newest Mexican joint, you'll find a splash of vibrant colors, loud music, and bartenders shaking up margaritas. Mexican food has become a bit of a trend here in Tel Aviv, and I'm very happy about that. But I think the best way to open up my appetite is with a colorful margarita. So let's see Zen make it.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a pineapple margarita, tequila based, which is the base for all drinks here. They create chili on the glass, ice, full shot, triple sec, half, ice cream, fresh fruit, lime, mix it.
Whether you crave a classic frozen margarita or a traditional cocktail, you're guaranteed to find something to quench your thirst.
Now, put grenadine, lime, and straws. That's it. Ready.
Wow, what a beauty. Let's give it a try. Good thing we're currently in lime season here in Israel. Now, I know Mexicans love their food spicy. And I mean really spicy because of the chili peppers that they use into everything, right? So, what could we order from here? Something spicy.
Well, chili con carne is for me the best spicy stew, Mexican traditional thing, and the pescado picante, which is really nice.
We'll
Yeah.
eat anything. We're not
Yeah.
picky eaters.
Okay, so I'll get you some good stuff. Mexican cuisine is a simple cuisine, good ingredients, very fresh, a lot of vegetables, very nutritious. Very suitable to the Israeli taste.
What should I eat next, Max? Help me out. Wow. So good.
Well, our time's run out for this episode, but thanks so much for joining us. We're so proud to have you with us.
And don't forget to catch us next time as we cruise the country and show you the best Israel has to offer.
Bye.